Alright, what's going on? Welcome back to a new video. So today I'm here to talk to you guys about all the stuff that I wish I knew when I first started. There's going to be a lot of information to unpack in this video, so it might be a bit of a long one. Hope you guys can stick around to the end and hopefully you'll learn something new. So starting off, my first piece of information is focus on only one hero per faction at a time. Right? So you don't want to have like 6 different heroes, all legendary tier from the same faction, when you could have had one hero all the way to Mythic 5. This is going to be hard, especially when you don't know if you're even making the right choice so early on, but in the long term, and even in the short term, it's going to give you massive benefits. You'll quickly realize once you start ranking up your first heroes to Mythic, food will become a massive issue, so the heroes that you use to upgrade your heroes. And ranking everyone at the same time just simply isn't possible. Doing it this way will help you to build up your spirit link faster too, giving you more options to try out new heroes in the future. So tip number 2, don't be too picky with your first few heroes. Building on my first point, and also to answer most players' new question of, who should I focus on, etc. When you start a new account, focus on who the game gives you copies of. It doesn't actually really matter if your first few Mythic 5 heroes aren't top tier. Building 6 easy to get heroes to Mythic 5 will give you a massive advantage, and you can probably clear the original 28 stages with any lineup of 6. It will also make your food pool that much wider, so every time you get a hero to Mythic 5, you can use their copies to upgrade your other heroes. That makes upgrading other heroes in future even easier. That being said, I do want to highlight some beginner-friendly heroes that are easy to build. All of these are excellent options, and even if I didn't list a hero here, doesn't mean they're a bad option. They're probably still very good. Alright, so number 1, Sally. Everyone knows her. She's easy to obtain. Lots of really cheap packs at the beginning can give you copies, and even if you're a totally free-to-play, she's available through arena tokens, and getting 15 copies of her won't take long at all. 15 copies is the amount required to take a hero from Excellent all the way to Mythic 5. Not to mention she's good at everything. You'd be hard-pressed to find a better hero to solo through most of the game. This easy to build. Number 2, General of Rescue. General is a little bit harder to obtain, but he's a tank and a carry. He can go through the early game like butter. I played an account where I took the account all the way to 2410, I think, just with General of Rescue, pretty much, at Mythic 5, and everyone else was sort of Mythic or so. Right? I just focused on General and he carried me through. If you're lucky enough to pull a few copies early on, he could be an excellent hero for you to focus on and invest in. Number 3, Medusa. Another fan favorite. Very easy to build also. Not quite as easy as Sally, but you still get copies from the beginner events and everything, and you can buy her with arena tokens. She has very high burst damage, very good control, and she benefits from increasing her HP. So increasing her HP will increase her damage, making her an excellent all-round hero that can carry you through a lot of stages. And number 4, Blaze Centaur. He's the easiest hero to obtain for new players. You will always pull him in your first 10 draws, and you get another free copy in your first few days as well. He's probably almost certainly the first hero you farm from Star Trek, which makes him the easiest hero in the game to bring to Mythic 5. And on top of that, he's also the tankiest hero in the game. Full stop. Better than all the S Plus heroes in terms of being an individual tank. While he won't carry you through stages on his own, he will be an absolute rock around which you can build almost any team. He stuns for you, and he's just an excellent hero to build. Alright, point number 3. Yukiki will kill me for this one, but don't hoard scrolls. Outside of the first 3 weeks, there are no summoning events. So saving scrolls is a total waste of time, and you're going to set yourself back by a lot. The odds are the same for every pull, so by the law of large numbers, you'll probably feel better using like 500 scrolls at once, but since the odds are always the same, 500 pulls all at once versus 500 pulls over a few weeks, you'll get the same results, right? You'll get some really good pulls guaranteed in that 500. You can upgrade your heroes faster when you have the scrolls, because you're getting food faster, you're getting copies of your heroes faster, and upgrading your heroes faster allows you to clear more content. Clearing more content will allow you to get more scrolls and diamonds, etc., and allow you to unlock better rewards and more upgrades and everything, right? This applies to faction scrolls as well, while hoarding until you clear 1840 to unlock the God and Universe summoning function. Sounds like a good option, and it used to be the best option before they improved faction summon. The faction summon for the 4 main factions has much higher drop rates than regular summons, and particularly early on, getting food for your main heroes is a lot harder, so using faction scrolls for the faction of your main hero that you want to build will help you upgrade them much, much faster. Alright, so tip number 4. Events. Events are on a weekly rotation. Knowing how to make the most of these will boost your progress in the long run. I could do a whole video on events, but real quick, the current events are Witch's Journey, Ruins, Plain Badge, and new hero events. So they change every week. I'm not sure the exact rotation, but new heroes are sort of more unpredictable, and it just depends on the development pipeline. So quickly going over each of these events, Witch's Journey is probably the cheapest event and the most free-to-play friendly. You need a good bit of RNG, but with a little bit of strategy, you can get through and get some good rewards here. But for $30, pretty much, you're guaranteed the first S Plus card from this event. It also comes with 2 random heroes available in the recycle station, which if you have enough points from summoning too many B heroes, that can be a really nice boost, and especially if you're building one of the heroes that's available. Once you get a lucky dice playing the Witch's Journey, make sure you always use that lucky dice to get another lucky dice. It's a free roll essentially every time around the board. Second event, Ruins. This is probably the most important event for every player, okay? It has a package deal that is the best use of diamonds in the game. 30 event medals and 25,000 Union cash for 8,000 diamonds. Right, in terms of diamond to S+, it's the cheapest way and the best way. I would recommend saving up and making sure you've got 8,000 diamonds when the Ruins event is coming up. Right, and so my recommendation for event medals is to purchase God and Universe faction S+ heroes. In particular, I would recommend most new players go after Zeus. Zeus is incredibly useful and can be used even as a purple hero, as a sort of stun bot. The Ruins event itself is actually hugely luck based, and if you're not planning on buying any packages, I'd recommend clearing the first 2 boards of their best rewards before moving on, as board 3 and onwards cost 2 keys per tile, whereas the first 2 boards only cost 1 key per tile. However, from board 3 onwards, the rewards are better, and you can obtain S plus heroes. The particular rewards I would recommend that you go for are the regular scrolls, faction scrolls, or your main hero that you are currently building in terms of S heroes. Alright, so event number 3, Plane Badge. So the question I always see in regards to this event is, can I save my badges? The answer is no. You need to spend all your badges before the event finishes. And you cannot save the 99-cent chests anymore, so don't try to hoard those either. However, they are a good deal, and if with good RNG, they can help you to unlock other things for much, much cheaper, or yeah. This one, if you're free to play, you can save around about 600 badges, maybe 700. You can't get the S plus hero, it's less than 900. So 600 badges, you can buy one copy of the hero that you're building, or you can use 400 for the Uru ore chest and another 200 on scrolls or other hero unique equipment upgrading materials. I would personally recommend going for the Uru ore chest. The reason why is because Uru ore is incredibly difficult to obtain, and increasing a hero's unique equipment from level 20 to 30 takes a very long time and is a massive, massive improvement in their stats and abilities. The same amount of Uru ore will cost you $30 from the weekly store. So it's a much sort of better return on investment. However, I do understand that particularly early on, you need more copies of heroes. So if that is what you need to progress through the game faster, then going for the S hero is also an excellent option. If you like to spend a little bit on this event, the package here is very good, as you will get 20 event medals from it. As we talked about before, this is probably the most valuable resource in the game, along with either an S plus card or Uru ore. So you don't get the S plus and the Uru unless you spend a bit more. However, again, if you're faced with the choice of one of the other, I would recommend the Uru ore over the S plus card. The Prelude of Evil artifacts are also attainable from this event, but they are locked behind a $500 paywall. If you're willing to shell it out, they are the strongest artifacts in the game by miles. Like, they're not comparable, but you'll need hundreds more to upgrade it to. Now, if you get very lucky with the $1 chests, you can reduce the cost of these artifacts, but you have to get very lucky. Event number 4 is it 4 or I don't know. Anyway, new hero event. Alright, very quickly, unless you have 5k cash to drop on these events, it's probably not worth your time or money to go hard. However, if you would like to spend a little bit, the pass is excellent value, and it should get you a legendary plus, or worst case scenario, an epic plus copy of the new hero. On a new account, that's pretty good. And if you want to go a little bit further, Mythic 1, while expensive, is attainable and should last you until the hero is available from the shops. If you're a bit further into the game, the return on investment here is much, much lower, and I would just go for the pass. The pass also contains a refactor particle, which is the resource required to regress heroes. This feature is some that some players will really, really want, and for me personally, I have never really used it. I don't really see much point in it, but it's there if you want it. Alright, tip number 5. Unions and union tech. Right, so, unions. Once you can join a union, do it. Join any union. It doesn't matter which union that you join. Just get into your union as fast as possible. Once you've got your bearings on everything, then go shopping and look for an active union, the most active one you can. Daily gifting is really important and can help you to farm S plus heroes, and sometimes you'll get lucky and get like 2,200 gems. Right? I would recommend every new player work on Thinker out of the 4 heroes available first. The other 3 are all very strong options as well. However, for example, Ronin, you can actually farm him from the arena store. And in general, Thinker has the most utility and is used on almost every top tier team. Hub Trails. Alright, so you want to maximize your rewards in Hub Trails. The scrolls and purple shards are really, really invaluable and a really consistent resource income. It's a really steady way to obtain more heroes through the whole game, and maximizing your damage here so you can get the top rewards is quite important. Alright, Dark Head and Union Tech. Alright, this is the most important part of unions, especially for new accounts. Maximizing your union tech as fast as you can will give you a massive advantage, as it gives absolutely mammoth bonuses. I would recommend that most players increase their union tech one class at a time, and I'll give you a recommended order here as well. So my recommendation for most accounts, not every account, but most accounts, is to increase your warrior tech first, your master tech second, your support or ranger tech third, depending on your heroes, and raiders last. Obviously, this depends on what heroes you're focusing on. For example, if you're building Pierre as your main hero first, do raiders. Don't do warriors, but you know what I mean? So you want to get your main hero's tech up first, because the bonuses from it are just that big. The main reason I recommend that order as a general order to max the tech is 1, warriors make up the majority of the best heroes of the game, and also the most heroes in the game. For number 2, masters, they are the most common DPS people focus on. And if you're building up Zeus later on as well, is quite important to have master tech maxed. Number 3 and 4, supports become increasingly important into the mid-late game, so getting them up to scratch earlier will help a lot. Or alternatively, there are some really, really excellent ranger heroes. So just depending on what sort of auxiliary heroes you're sort of building up around that point, will sort of decide which one of these you want to go for first. And raiders last is because they have the least amount of heroes in the game, and they are almost entirely made up of S plus heroes, making them usually very, very late game additions to most people's teams. But again, this is entirely personal to your account and what heroes that you want to build. This is a general guideline. I want to emphasize that. Alright, I really hope this helps you. So yeah. Don't worry about quantum tech until you've maxed union tech. The gains are actually less important there than the base stats that you will gain from union tech. It is still important, but you definitely want to max out all 6 union tech first. This brings me to tip number 6, the last one for this video. A heroes, Spirit Link, and Faction Wanted. Now this is all interlinked. I couldn't really do it as separate things. So yeah, stick with me here. And if you're still here, thanks for sticking with me for this long. This is a mammoth video, but there's a lot of info to take on, especially for new players. Right. This is another question that I see fairly often from new players as well, and it's quite nuanced for the way that it needs to be answered, so I'll do my best to explain. At the beginning, you'll have a mix of A tier heroes and S tier heroes. Some A tier heroes you will need as a crutch to transition into all S and S plus heroes, Which A heroes you use doesn't really matter too much, but I'll quickly go over my top 4 or 5 ones that I look for when starting a new account. These 4-5 will be a really solid carry until sort of legendary plus to mythic tier stages. And even some of them work a little bit beyond that, but not much further. So my top A hero in the game, Maskman. Alright? He's real tanky, he deals a lot of damage, good in bosses, has mad stuns. Like, he's just all around really, really good. Like, if this guy was an S plus hero, he would be top tier. But he's not. He's an A hero, and he was going to fall off. Number 2, Lady Icy. She's really good in the campaign. You get her for free, guaranteed. And she's going to be doing a lot of damage. And lots of stuns as well. Number 3, Flore. I don't know how to say that. I'm just going to do my best. An excellent support. She's much better at healing than Claire, but you'll get Claire much easier. This one's really up to you. She deals a lot less damage, and you all need other heroes, but she's an excellent healer for the early to mid stages. Number 4, Cupid or Order. Okay, so these two are much rarer. You're probably not really going to get them built up on most new accounts, but if you do get the chance to upgrade them early on, they're going to be massive for you, and they'll be a staple on your teams right into Mythic to Mythic 1 tier. Also being God or Universe faction, they will fit onto more teams and give you more bonuses. Cupid will boost up your main DPS by a large margin. He's very good in PvP and in the campaign, and Order will do a lot of damage and stop enemies from healing up too much, which is actually quite big in a lot of stages. But yes, that was a little bit more niche, but just if you get the chance, get on them. So once you've reached the stage where your S heroes need your A heroes to rank up, so they're all sort of getting to legendary stage, and you've got heroes with copies, and you're like, oh, should I upgrade them? Should I upgrade them? You need to consider your situation, right? Because you don't want to affect your Spirit Link. Spirit Link is massive, alright? So what Spirit Link does and how it works, it takes the levels of your strongest 6 heroes, and you can put heroes into the Spirit Link, and it will boost them up to the lowest level of your top 6 leveled up heroes. So say you've got like one hero at level 260, one at 220, one at 180, 2 at 200, you know. Your Spirit Link level will be 180. Based on the lowest level, right? But that's still important because you can use other heroes which you might not have upgraded as much. Particularly God and Universe heroes are often usable several tiers below what your main heroes are used at, which is also important because they're much harder to upgrade. And it just gives you more options while clearing the campaign. So if you've got 6 heroes at, say, 180, right? And you got no other legendary heroes, and you use one of them to upgrade your main hero to legendary plus, take them up to 200, all fine and dandy, but all of a sudden, you've got 5 heroes on your team, and your Spirit Link's at level 1. You could upgrade it to whatever your epic heroes or whatever, but it's just not going to be as useful, right? So it's important that you maintain your Spirit Link. So you want to have another legendary hero ready to go to replace the one that you're feeding away. Doesn't matter what hero that is, just make sure that you are not damaging your Spirit Link. Spirit Link is also incredibly important later down the line for Faction Wanted. And this is also the reason why you shouldn't feed your S heroes to other S heroes. The rule doesn't actually always apply, but you will regret doing it later on down the line. Long term, you will want to upgrade all the S heroes eventually. And this should go without saying, but don't ever, ever, ever feed S plus heroes. I've seen so many people do it, and it just hurts me personally, you know? They're so rare. Don't do it. Alright, so why should you hold on to all those extra copies of heroes you aren't currently upgrading? The main reason of Faction Wanted, as I just mentioned, and this is unlocked at story level 1420. And you can only use heroes from the particular faction to fight these stages. A heroes can also give you a small leg up early on with these stages. But yeah, in general, Faction Wanted gives absolutely massive power boosts. It's really important to increase, right? So how it works is every 5 stages, you will gain like some bonus stats for every hero of that faction. And at specific levels, you'll unlock even bigger boosts, which are sort of the main ones that you want to aim for. But the bonuses you get are absolutely massive. In fact, no one in the game has finished Faction Wanted, because you need a team of 6 from every faction, basically, at least. Because some stages actually have counters to heroes from those factions, and you need to find ways around that. So sometimes you might need 7 heroes from a particular faction, right? No one has completed all 4, and the only faction most players have even completed is Tech, and most players haven't even finished that. Only one person has completed Dark. I'm on track to be the second person to do it, and so far no one at all has completed Nature or Superman. So this is why you need all these heroes. So to quickly summarize all the points that I've made in this video, make sure that you're not feeding S heroes. Use your scrolls when you can. Focus on 1 or 2 heroes and at least 1 from each faction, as food will become a massive issue. Make sure that you're building up your spirit link. Utilize events to their maximum potential, and make sure that you're maxing out that union tech. So, I hope this video has been helpful. Let me know if there's anything else that you want to know about, if I've missed anything. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. If you've made it this far, I just really want to thank you. And I've hit a cool little milestone of 50 subscribers. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, just doing this is really fun for me. And if you made it this far and you're still watching and you're not subscribed, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Really, really motivates me to do more of these. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Peace.